Live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Frozen Frontier, where we try and figure out how to pronounce Sean's name. It's a Cian, right? Cian?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm good enough to be a roommate now.
No, did I ever mention that my old roommate here, or I think I already mentioned this on stream once, but my old roommate, like, we never said each other's names the whole year because we didn't need to. Like, we never had anybody over, so we just said, hey, if we need to say something. And like less than a month before the year ended, he was like, hey, Sheen. I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
All right. So I'm looking at this pale light now.
You're looking at this pale light.
When you say pale light, is it like torch-colored light, or is it something else?
It's like a white light.
Supernatural ghostly glow, perhaps.
It looks weird, yeah.
Definitely what Grimes is gonna think the moment he sees it.
All right, so I like rub my eyes, and sigh deeply, and then like look again.
Still there, man.
I turn around and look at the three party members sleeping, and I pick up my shield from against the wall, and I take my sword out of my scabbard and like wake them up, like guys, wake up!
Oh,
come look out this
morning
window.
Already?
No, it's not morning. Check it out. And I point out the window.
Ferris takes a look and says, you know, this strikes me as adventure.
We can't ignore it.
Used to be an ill omen.
It could be
not alone.
It could be survivors. It could be other humans. We have to go.
Or more likely gnolls.
Well, if it's gnolls, then we have to capture them.
And Ferris just kind of like laughs at the notion of survival.
Quit the laughter elf and get your gear together.
All right.
I haven't slept long enough to remember my spells, have I?
No, you've been asleep for maybe an hour.
Yeah, shit.
I don't think William really understands how your spells work, so sorry about that.
No, that's fine. I don't expect you to. I need to know how long a spell lasts, though, because I might just juice you right now.
Juicing's illegal.
Not in Caldonia. There's no rules.
Yeah, there's no rules.
It's practically encouraged down here.
Okay. I kind of pull you aside, William. I like kind of like grab your shoulder and I say, before we enter a building, give me a moment to give you some extra walloping power.
I'll give you the signal.
I feel as if this may be a very ill omen.
Have I had like wizards cast spells on me in combat before?
You definitely had jump cast on you before.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, like as a knight, that might have happened once or twice. No,
You might have had a cleric come by and heal you up or something, or maybe cast bless on a large group of you, but not much with wizards.
All right, thank you, Yarmi. I'll give you the signal. Right, let's go. So we go down.
Right. What are you bringing with you? Presumably not your sled full of everything.
No, it's just my. I mean, I've got my armor on, my sword and shield.
I've got my skull, so we've got that soft red light around us. I keep it covered while we're approaching.
So where is the skull? How are you carrying
I always have it hitched to my belt.
How is it hitched to your belt?
I mean, it's a skull, right? There's like openings that I could like fasten some string through, right? And then just like tie it to my belt.
Let me take a look at a human skull.
That sounds disrespectful.
I mean, there should be like an opening in the nasal cavity at the very least.
Man, I don't think the demi-leech is going to like this. I don't really think that's a wise move.
Does the nasal cavity opening go all the way through easily, or is it blocked by
I imagine so, because like there's no jaw, is there? It only goes down to like the front row of teeth.
Well, the nasal cavity, it becomes like a mesh of fine bone, doesn't it?
I have no idea.
Looking at a bunch of skulls and...
You could definitely tie skulls to belts, Neal. Come on.
I imagine this shouldn't be that hard.
That's a thing you can do.
Tie it.
Perhaps you just like...
So there's no jawbone, which is the real problem. Otherwise, you could easily go through the jaw. But the rest of the skull looks pretty intact. The only real cavities are the eyes, which have gems in them.
Isn't the nose just like a giant hole in the skull?
I'm looking at pictures of skulls, and I'm trying to determine if you could like stick something through that or not. I don't know.
Are there any? I don't know. What area of study would this be?
Anatomy, perhaps.
Are there any anatomists in the chat?
Eye sockets should go through.
It looks like
there's gems in the eye sockets of this.
Even like I'm not. It's like a small string that I wanted to like work through this thing. I imagine there should be like a large enough hole.
I mean, there's a hole at the back of the base where the spinal cord attaches. But if you can't go in that and through an eye socket, maybe not.
See what chat's saying here.
People only ever take pictures of skulls from the front.
Yeah. I mean, like, I imagine it doesn't go through the eye socket because it has the rubies in it, unless there's like a gap with the rubies. But I imagine like the nose.
If you've got a string, you should be able to go through the nose and then out.
Yeah, that's what I like. I don't think the nose is shut off from the rest of the skull. I'm pretty sure it's open.
Yeah, but there's like a fine mesh of bones in there. I don't know if there's room to run things through without like trying to like jam stuff through and break apart the bone to make a bigger opening, you know? I don't know if it's big enough to run a string through. God, I need a skull. I just like need a model skull on my desk so that I can answer these questions. I think my dad has one he got in Nepal way back in the 60s or 70s.
Could bind solve this?
Yes.
If we got a piece of string or a rope or something, I could command it to bind itself to his belt hole and then tie itself. And then when magic wears off, it'll still be tied because it's rope. It doesn't magically untie.
Right. I don't know. I still think I could get it through the nose.
Is it very important, Neal?
Well, I just want to know how he's attaching the skull to himself.
People snort noodles through their noses. There is a place, according to chat.
Yes.
You know, that is true. I've had Coke and shit come up my nose.
Right. So there's clearly passageways here. But it's like, if you have a string, how easy is that to actually thread through, right? Like if you've got mucus and muscles, like you might be able to pass it through more easily. But then if you're just like trying to jam a big string that's kind of frayed on the ends, I don't know. Why don't you just make me a dex check to see if you can tie the skull to your belt?
I mean, I imagine I've never untied it ever since the first time I got it in, but I'll do a dex check.
Yeah, let's just dex check it up.
D20 plus 17. That's a pass.
Right, cool. You totally got it. It's tied to your belt with a string.
Awesome.
Excellent. So everyone just has their weapons, armor, spell components, and skulls dangling.
Yeah,
I leave my backpack
I've got my
behind
scarf like covering the eyes right now on the skull, and I'll take them off when we get closer to the house.
Yeah, I leave my pack of climbing gear behind, basically. And just
should we take a lantern? I give Yaramir a lantern. You're able to carry that, right?
Yeah, it will not be a problem.
Yeah, all right, I give you a lantern. All right, so we sneak towards the house.
All right. You come back down onto the main boulevard that runs through the town, and you see one of the buildings down by the docks area has this glow, this light emanating from the third floor.
Okay, so can we get up to the house unmolested?
Yeah. You walk all the way up to this house. You get to the base of it. The front door is facing the ocean. And the door is intact on this building.
Okay, so we get to the door, and I give Yaramir the nod.
All right, I set the lantern down, and I pull out some of this like ground up iron rust that I've taken off the axe, and I begin smearing it on you and chanting the like arcane words, and I begin drawing a tree in the powder on your back, and you begin to feel yourself like grow as you get enlarged on you, and you grow 30% your normal size.
Damn.
Doesn't that increase his damage by 30%?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It increases his roll by 30%, but not his bonus.
Okay.
No, it increases your damage. Period.
No.
Final. What? No.
I just read this not all that long ago. I'm almost certain that it's the roll.
Pulling it up.
Who's the dimensionalist here? I think it's just you calculate your total damage.
Bonuses
and then...
due to strength, class, and magic are not altered.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
So just the die roll.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah, so the die roll goes up a percentage, but
okay, magical properties do not increase. Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's not the most metagamey best move, but I will, once the spell is cast, I knock on the door and say, "I am Kel William, captain of the Draconian expedition to Caldonia. Make yourselves known."
I think Ferris. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, Grimes rolls his eyes and like circles around. Like, is there a back door of the building?
You start to look around the building for a back door. Sure enough, you do find one. While you're looking for the back door, and everyone else is waiting for a reply from inside the building, a spectral face phases through the door directly in front of Kel William.
Oh shit.
And whether or not you guys want to fight this, we need to get into combat rounds right now.
Okay.
So,
Oh god. Time to get de-leveled.
you guys all ready to go back to level 1?
Oh god.
So why doesn't everyone add me some initiative? I think I can just drag some tokens onto the screen so you can just like...
Shall I just use my token? Or
I don't know. Whatever you want to do, man. However you guys want to handle it.
There you go.
Speed is 5.
Where the heck is my character sheet?
Oh, right. We have the initiative button.
Yeah.
You put 2. There's like 3 Williams and no Grimes.
Oh, I thought I grabbed Grimes.
Delete a William. There we go.
Excellent. Now, Grimes, you're unaware of this spectral apparition showing up.
Yeah, I'll be notified by the shrieks.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure you need magic weapons to hit these things.
Yeah, I'm gonna try anyway though.
Okay, so Ferris,
Oh
you're
shit!
the
Wait.
first person to
Sorry, I
react.
go at the
This-
same time as Grimes. I did my initiative wrong. It's a 9. There we go.
Sure. You're the first thing to react when this spectral face with like a kind of like a greenish, translucent tint to it moves through the door. Its face is like a withered person, like a person who's had all their fat removed and then their skin like shrink wrapped to their face.
But they move through the door, so they're incorporeal, right?
Definitely.
Okay. I'm pulling out my bow and taking a shot at it.
All right, you whip out your bow, draw an arrow, and loose it.
D20 plus 5. Do I get flanking? Because I'm like off to the side, I assume.
No, I don't really think so. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of like halfway in a door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So D20 plus 5. That's probably a miss.
Your arrow thuds into the door next to the spectral apparition.
Okay.
Grimes, you find a back door. You're muted too,
Muted.
which is appropriate because the party can't hear you.
Yeah, unaware that the specter has revealed itself. I think Grimes is just like readying himself by the back door in case whatever's inside tries to retreat.
Sure.
Maybe looking for windows, probably not seeing much of anything, and just like ready in action, dagger in hand.
The creature phases through the rest of the door. It goes at the same time as Marshall and Yaramir. Phases through the door and reaches a hand out towards Kel William Marshall, which reaches inside of you and squeezes at your heart with its cold, ghostly fingers.
Great.
You take 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Here's the real question, though. Does he get level drained?
Am I making a save now?
No,
Ah!
and you don't age
Alright.
either.
Okay. So, I was gonna maybe try and speak to it, but if it's... How does it feel to be attacked by this thing? Is it like...
I mean, it feels like something reached into your heart and drained away 5 years of your life.
Oh, God. Ah! So I take a step back, and then I try and fruitlessly attack it with my sword.
Make us that roll to hit.
Yes. 22.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Your sword comes down right in the face of this thing, smashes into the door as well. Roll me some damage.
Okay, so it's D8 times 1.3.
Yep.
I don't know if this works. Plus 5.
There you go. Your sword splits the door and it just like topples inward, revealing a completely furnished room.
Oh, wow.
But the specter doesn't seem to be bothered by it.
Yep.
Yaramir, your turn.
I back up like 20, 30 feet and I kind of give that same bow that I gave Grimes, and I look at this thing, and in Old Common, I say, I apologize for the rudeness of my friends. They have not had sociable interaction for many moons now. Please, if you do not attack us, perhaps there is something I can do to assuage your anger and your time here on this earthly coil. Tell me, how best can we serve you?
The thing lets out a chill shriek that sends your hairs rising on edge. And I think, Grimes, you hear this like
I don't have any
crash. Grimes, you hear this crash, followed by this unearthly, ghastly wail that, you know, if you're a superstitious person, it's probably enough to scare you half to death.
Yeah.
And let's roll initiative for the next round.
Wait, I get my second shot.
Oh yeah, go ahead and make me a second shot with your bow.
That's a hit.
Total hit.
And that's just a flat d6.
All right, your arrow goes right through the specter and smashes off the building to the side. And
It doesn't look phased by this shot?
well, it looks like it phased right through it.
Okay. Ferris is going to call for a retreat then.
Grimes gets a 13.
I believe movement is a 3 for modifiers.
Yeah. Ferris gets a 12.
What's like? Can I make a defensive action? Is that a thing I can do or not?
Total, you can take a total defense action. It gives you half your level to your AC, I believe. I might be making that up, but that sounds right.
That doesn't sound right.
I've not
You
heard
do
that
get
before.
some weird AC bonus.
I thought it was like +4 or something like that, plus half your level.
Parry.
Parry, that's it. Or total defense or something
No,
like that.
parry is using an attack to.
No.
block
Assume to
an
block many
attack.
attempted attacks and see many of his own attacks blocked. In normal combat, characters parry all the time. Chooses not to parry. His chance of being hit increases. The assumption is that character can parry, forfeit all actions for the round. He cannot move, attack, or cast spells. This frees the character to concentrate solely on defense. At this point, all characters but warriors gain an AC bonus equal to half their level.
What the warriors
And a
do?
warrior gets a bonus equal to half his level +1.
There you go.
All right.
So you get a
I try
+3 bonus.
I try and make. Is that a 3 initiative, Neal?
Yep.
8.
Okay.
Or does it work on initiative, or do I just get it from the whole round?
I think you have to declare it. And it goes
I'm
from your
declaring
initiative. You have to roll for initiative, and it goes from your initiative to your next initiative.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well,
So the thing goes first, and I guess it still kind of has a hand in Marshall. I guess Marshall probably moved back, but it moves forward and tries to reach into you one more time. You have a +3 to your AC. What is your Dex mod? Do you have a Dex mod
well,
to AC?
it's beat me on initiative, so maybe I don't get it.
Oh, right.
Which is what I was getting at.
What is your armor class, though?
18.
Your dexterity. I mean,
16, sorry.
16,
No,
so you have
yeah, 18. Dex is 0, though. Dex bonus is 0.
What is your? So you get no dex, so you have AC 10 on a touch attack.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, it reaches into you and grabs a part of your soul, ripping it out, dealing 6 points of damage to you.
Okay. Am I like 70 years old, though?
It's your turn now, Marshall, and you start dodging. Start dancing and dodging.
Well, I mean, I guess I start backing up instead, because there's no point trying to dodge now. I start backing up in terror.
Yaramir.
What is this, Yaramir?
I spend an action peering into this room now that the door has been shattered by the mighty William. Are there remains in there?
There are more than remain. Yeah, there are frozen people there.
Okay. Do I know? Can I see through this door and see that there's a back door?
No, this looks like some sort of foyer or atrium. In fact, looking around, this looks like some sort of pleasure house. There's like really soft blankets all over things. Everything's like satin with like dark purples and
Yarmir's
reds.
not looking
and-
at that. He's looking for an entrance or an exit and the like remains.
There's a door on the right side that goes somewhere else in the building, but it doesn't look like it leaves the building.
Okay. You said the ghost moved forward. Did it leave the entryway? Could I go to the entryway without going right past the ghost? Because it followed backwards to William.
Let's see. You would still be in attack of opportunity range of the creature, but you wouldn't have to pass through it, right? It's like 5 feet away from the door, right? It's just move far enough to reach at William the next time, then William backed up.
If it hits me, it's gonna kill me. I need to get inside. Oh well, it's been fun, guys. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna try to get around the ghost and go into the building.
All right, it reaches out at you and grasps you, dealing you 8 points of damage.
I think I'm still alive.
Feel your insides.
Yes, I am still
chill
alive.
And wither. But you slip inside the building anyway, and there are these bodies, these
All right,
people in various poses.
I don't know how
Skyrim.
much of this I can do in this round, but from here forth, I begin taking out my water skin and like blessing these bodies, right? Like I begin giving them the final rites that I've seen given many times. I'm not a priest, but I know what I need to do. I've been educated in this. And so basically for the rest of this battle until it's over, I am giving the final rites to these bodies and trying to send them to rest in Falumbra.
Sure. Do you have holy water or is this regular water?
This is regular water, but I'm basically... I am not a priest. I can't have mechanical holy water.
Right.
But like I can give the last rites as best I know them.
Okay. Next up in the initiative order is Ferris.
It's walked away from the door.
It's
So that-
within 5 feet of the door.
Okay, basically I'm saying, is it far enough away that like swinging a melee weapon at it would not cause it to hit the wall or anything behind it?
Correct.
Okay, then I'm gonna do something I didn't want to do because I was worried I'd bang it against the wall and break it. I'm gonna take my I have a dagger. I'll take out the dagger and like nick like right where I have the knot so I don't ruin the string, but I want to like cut the string where I have the skull tied to my belt. I'm gonna take the skull in my right hand and run up and bash the thing in the face with the skull.
All right. Make me roll to
See if
hit
this
with your
happens.
magic skull.
All right.
Come on.
D20 plus 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all 4. That's a 12.
Yes.
What do I roll for damage here?
Whatever you want.
It just goes right through?
It goes right through, and your
Damn
flesh
it.
collides with the spectral apparition. You recoil in pain as you take 8 points of damage
Jeez.
as
All
your
right.
hand passes through it.
Oh, I can do
The
it.
priest.
Grimes,
So
you,
at the back of
there's
the
shit
house,
going on.
Grimes hoists his pick and tries to bash through the back door. Or maybe the door just opens. Maybe there's not even a door. Maybe it's wrong.
There is a door there.
Can I get through it?
With your pick?
Sure. Or a
Make me
hand
an
and
open
a
doors
doorknob?
check to like. Oh yeah, if you open the doorknob, it just opens. But you started
Okay.
saying that you were gonna bash it down. So
I was prepared for it to be locked or something, but
No,
I
it's
think I just
unlocked.
open it and
Yeah.
then go fumbling in the dark.
yeah, you find yourself in a kitchen. Somehow it's dim in here. It's really dim.
I mean, I got a round and movement. I heard screams,
Yeah,
unearthly
you-
screams. So I just go fumbling through in the dark.
You
Is
push
there
your
a
way
door?
from the kitchen into the room, and you find Yaramir like splashing water on all these corpses everywhere.
What's going on? And I like look around.
And you see through the open door this spectral apparition like grabbing towards Kel Marshall and Ferris.
I think Grimes freezes and stares at it, and that's probably my turn. I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
All right.
Punch it with a magic ring. No.
Okay.
I-
So let's go to the next round of initiative, everybody.
Okay. Now I'm running.
yeah, I
The
think we
skull
run.
didn't work out. Time to go.
Ooh, rough.
Yeah.
Did we get everyone's initiative? I think we're missing Yarmir.
I'm taking a full round action to perform last rites.
Right, your last writing. All right, the whatever you want to call it goes first, and it changes its target from Kel Marshall to Ferris.
I have +3 from dexterity to my AC.
Okay. It shrieks as it moves towards you.
Does it shriek anything comprehensible?
No, it does not. It reaches out, puts a hand inside you, and you can feel it twisting your stomach in knots. You take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. So how does disengaging work in this? Because we seem to not
Take
really
a disengage action and run like hell.
Okay, yeah, disengage and then I run like hell.
All
I think
right.
it's called withdraw.
Sure.
And this, yeah.
Yeah, you take a fighting withdrawal.
And then I'm gonna run like hell back to the house that we were staying in.
Then the keep.
Yeah, that.
Cool. Yarmir.
It's just a glorified house.
Yarmir, it's your turn. Your last
I'm
writing.
taking a full round action to perform the last rites on these bodies.
Beautiful. Grimes,
Is the thing blocking the front door?
it's within 5 feet of the front door.
So running out the front door would provoke opportunity attacks.
yes.
Looking around at the party, somewhat bewildered. Yeah, I run out the back door.
All right. You ditch out the back door. Kill William.
How far away is the temple?
Oh.
Couple blocks.
I'm gonna try
You
and
could get there in
get it
a
to-
round or two.
I'm gonna try and get its attention and try and run to the temple.
Okay. What do you do to get its attention?
I'd say like sort of swing my sword in its direction, but I don't want to give up half my movement. So
Right. I mean, you don't have to make an actual attack, but you can like swing your sword in its direction in a non-attacking way. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I'm trying to keep it away from Yaramir. I assume Yaramir is fixing this, so
I'm trying.
I'm distracting it while he does what he's doing. I'm gonna try and bring it to the temple. Maybe if I can lock it in there or something.
Okay. You bolt towards the temple while taking withdrawal, and we go to the next round of initiative. Yarmir, you're still full round acting on this?
We'll have until it's done. Yes.
Right, so it's been 2 minutes since you've run in here and you've started sprinkling water. You've performed the very basic of the rites on all the creatures in here. You look around, it looks like there's eight people in this room, maybe, or 8 corpses in this room. You've said the appropriate words, you've sprinkled the appropriate water. All that would be left is like the longer ceremony of actually lowering the body down and performing like the longer version of the rites, but you've done like the bare bones on the 8 things in this room.
Okay. I can't bury him. I don't have the time. I guess I search the room for. I'm going to give the room a pass over for anything that might be. I search for heresy. I'm looking for like anything that would tie to this ghost, right? Like, I don't know. The other thing I could do is try to burn the bodies, but I don't know if it's tied to these bodies in particular. I would hope it was because it spawned here. Yeah, basically I do the rites until they're done, and then I'm a little bit disappointed that I have no mechanical way of dealing with this. I guess I search I spend a round to like search for some kind of defilement that might lead to a ghost, a violent end, a like bloody floorboard, a something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cursing of the gods.
Yeah, like some profanement of Velthara, perhaps.
All right, everyone else, roll initiative if you haven't already.
Is there any more glowing light in the house, or?
Yes. The glow has shifted. It's now on the first floor, kind of in the room that Yaramir was looking around.
Doesn't seem like
in.
there's more than one. Like there's not still a glow upstairs.
No, the glow is now downstairs. That's how Yaramir was able to see what he was sprinkling water on. Was the glow that kind of accompanies this.
Oh, there's
creature.
2 floors to this.
There are
Yeah.
3 floors to this building.
So-
Oh, well, then there might be more bodies up there too, right?
Yeah, has
Okay,
everyone
glance around.
rolled? I think Grimes will actually run up the stairs on his retreat. But
All right,
has
so
everyone
Grime-
rolled initiative?
Yeah, everyone's rolled initiative. Grimes is going upstairs. Yaramir, you're going upstairs too?
I'm gonna look around here and then go upstairs. Yeah.
Okay. Ferris is running to the keep. Marshall's going to the temple.
I do not
Grimes,
go
you're-
into the keep.
Right, it'll take you a
If
while
I
to get
don't,
to the
yeah,
keep. It's a long
I imagine
ways.
it's gonna take a while, but just
Keeps
as
like a
as
mile
specified.
away, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mile away.
Okay.
That's
So
like
Grimes, you're the
10
first one.
minutes.
You are bolting upstairs.
Yeah, so I like retreated and like made it back out, and then I like double take and look upstairs, realizing there's no more light up there. And I think like instead of fleeing out the back door I came in, I'll like see if I can locate the staircase.
All right.
And head up and flee that
very
way.
quickly find the staircase in the same room that Yaramir is. You bolt up the stairs. I think Yaramir is hot on your heels behind you. And you come to like this hallway with just like rooms on either side. Boom, 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 and then a stairway at the end of the hallway.
There's another stairway? There's a
Yep,
third floor?
there's a third floor.
I think I keep going up. If I can like smack doors open as I walk past, I'll do that and like get a glimpse inside. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep running up to the third floor.
Okay. Yaramir, you're hot on his heels. Are you following to the third floor as well?
I'll follow him unless he opens a door and there's a body in there. I'm essentially trying to find the body connected to this ghost and give it its last rites. And short of that, maybe it's time to just burn them all and destroy the body. Maybe that'll destroy its tether to this world. I don't know. But yeah, the first thing I'm going to try is to send it on its way.
Okay. So sure enough, Grimes, you throw open a door, and inside are a pair of people. It's a male and a female. They are huddled together under a blanket. The man is frozen in place, like half putting on a hat, and then is like stopped, and the hat is still like clutched in his hands. They seem to be fairly naked underneath the blankets. That's the first door you throw open. You keep running, you throw open another door. That one's empty. You make it down toward the end of the hall, throw up a third door, and in this room there are 2 people. One of them huddled under the blankets, the other in like a mid-state of dress, like clothes partway on, and just stopped.
Roll for
Place.
hotness. Just kidding. I keep going to the third floor.
All right, you get to the third floor. It's a similar thing with a lot of doors on either side. And then instead of at the end of the hallway having a staircase, the end of the hallway is another door.
Okay, I'm thinking like, what are all these rooms? And then I think Grimes is realizing, oh, this is a pleasure house.
Yeah, you found your way into a brothel.
Yeah, I think that's probably as far as I get this turn, right?
No, you got
Getting
a
onto
full
the
minute
third-
of combat. You can climb a.
I do the
stairs.
same thing, like kicking, smacking open doors as I run past them, but I think I'm just like getting to the top into like the biggest room at the top of the building, or who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, you
If nothing else, getting to like a top store window to jump out if the ghost chases me.
you push open the door at the end of the hallway on the third floor, and there's like a nice big room with a California king size bed and the 4 the posts and the what do you call that stuff that you drape over the bed? Sheets that go on top over the canopy.
Canopy.
Yeah, and inside this room, there are like 5 people huddled together underneath the blankets. They're like crammed together as if they're huddling together for warmth under these blankets, but they are frozen solid.
Well, if you're gonna die at the end of the world, this seems like the place to do it. I think that's probably the end of my turn.
All right, Yaramir, you're like performing rites on each of these bodies that you
Yeah,
see?
like as Grimes opens doors, he reveals more bodies that could potentially belong to this ghost, and I attempt to send them on their last rites.
Okay. The thing, I think Ferris and Marshall will both realize that this thing doesn't follow them. It turns around and like just lifts up to the third floor and then phases through the wall.
Okay.
And pops out in front of Grimes. Moves towards you, Grimes, and reaches out a ghastly hand. What is your...
It can just phase through walls.
You can just phase through walls. What's your dex modifier AC?
Did I wind up having to use my movement to move? Like I don't have any. I wasn't defensive. I guess I didn't declare it. I think my dex mod is 2.
All right. The ghost reaches into you and critically grabs your heart.
Thing
It gets a
doesn't miss, does
good
it?
grip on you.
This
Maybe
thing hasn't missed yet. I don't know
maybe
what's
it
going
reaches
on
into your
underneath
head
this.
and grabs a section of your brain or something. You take 17 points of damage.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm still up.
As
What
the
fuck?
ghost
Wow.
grabs into you, withering you away slowly. Quickly, Ferris and Marshall, are you still bolting?
No.
I'm
when
gonna
it
stop,
stops-
but I'm not going back.
When it stops to return back to the house, I pull out my horn and blow it and shout, "Retreat! It can't leave the house!" What was a horn? If you didn't know.
I like
Ferris
it.
shouts back, William, you idiot, don't blow a horn, there might be more of them.
I head back to the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess Ferris will wait for William to catch up, then head back with him.
All right, let's roll initiative for the next round for mostly just Ferris and Grimes.
Yeah, that's
Not
true.
Ferris, Yaramir and Grimes.
I thought I avoided combat, but wound up taking the.
Yeah,
brunt of it.
if this thing appears, I have to like run away from it. Right. I guess I don't see it because I'm busy performing last rites in a different room.
Mhm.
But if it shows up, like, I will die if this thing breathes on me.
Oh, thank God I roll low.
Well, you hear my horn though, right?
I would have
Yeah.
heard your horn, yeah.
Probably hear me
Yaramir, you want to
shouting.
roll some initiative here?
I don't know why, but sure.
In case the ghost goes before you and comes up and kills you.
Great. That sounds good. If it comes
Did you
up,
roll
if
a
it goes
5
before-
again? Oh, 11, okay.
No, it just I hadn't put it down yet. Oops. So Yaramir and Grimes, you guys have tied for 4 initiative.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think Grimes goes crashing out a third floor window. I withdraw, like backing, dagger in hand to get the initiative bonus, and go crashing out third floor window.
Yeah, there's a window just behind the staircase at the opposite end of the building. So I think you run down the hallway. Are you like literally jumping out of the window through the panes of glass?
If there's a safer way to do it, but I want to get out of this building this round.
Do you have tumbling proficiency?
I do, yeah.
Make me a tumbling proficiency check.
How many feet is the third floor window?
20 feet up.
Yikes.
2d6 falling
So I
damage.
successfully take half damage. I might just die, though. Wait, so I reduce, well, let's look up what tumbling
Yeah,
does.
there are some specifics here.
I think
I think you
tumbling up to 20 feet doesn't incur
I think
damage.
it's 30 feet.
There's some amount where you just don't take damage.
It might only be 10.
I think it's
honestly.
10 feet where you don't take damage, and it's half damage above that.
Fall 5,000 feet, take half damage on a successful tumble.
Up to like 100 feet or something.
On a successful proficiency check, he suffers only 1/2 the normal damage from falls 60 feet or less, and none from falls 10 feet or less.
I kind of want to scratch that. You said it's 30 feet up? No, it should be
It's 20
10
feet
feet
up.
for a second, 20 feet up.
Yeah, 20 feet up.
So 2d6 divided by 2, that could still kill me.
Yeah. So you tumble, and you take a measly 6 divided by 2 is 3 points of damage.
Okay, I'm barely alive, and I go like limping from the building through the snow.
Yeah. And Yaramir,
Wait,
you
would the
hear
snow
these...
broken the rest of his fall, considering it's piled pretty high here?
It is kind of high. That is true.
It's also
you...
Should
frozen.
it just be a
Oh,
d6
it is
divided
like
by 2?
frozen. You know
I guess it
what?
depends on how
Reduce
much
it to
because it's
2d4
constantly snowing here, so I guess how much of it
damage.
is fresh.
I'm gonna
Is it
do
4
2d
damage?
I'm gonna do 2d4 instead of 2d6 because of the
Okay.
snow to break your fall.
If it deals more, I'm gonna be pissed.
No, it deals 5 divided by 2 is 2.
Okay.
2 damage. Yaramir, you hear the screams of Grimes, followed by the crashing of the window.
skin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
glass.
that's probably the clue he needs to be like, well, either there's more ghosts or the ghosts can like find me in an instant. I guess it's time for me to leave. And I do my best to run out the back door and away from this place.
You all break and flee the building. Either the creature is too slow to chase you, decides not to chase you, or is bound to that one building or something. I don't know, but it doesn't follow you out. I think you make it like the edge of town before you really realize and feel comfortable that it's not following you.
Well, that was shitty.
And
I thought I avoided that combat, and I wound up being the one that almost died.
What was that thing? The ghost?
Of some kind.
What was in that house?
Have we been magically aged, Neal? Or anything like that? Or is it
Yeah, does William look older than he did before? Like, I've seen him badly injured in combat before. Does he look like he's been badly injured in combat, or does he look like he's an old man now? Like an even older man?
He does not look like he's 10 or 15 years older, no.
Okay.
Thank God for that. I ain't got that many
You don't have that many years to spare.
Thank God for GM hacks.
Yeah.
Custom monsters for the win.
Was that a ghost?
Of some kind.
What was in the house?
Treasure, probably, but I'm not going back.
No, I doubt it.
Do you think it's there in the...
Streets, if you consider that treasure. It was whorehouse.
Oh. Do you think it would be there in the day?
Who knows?
I don't believe the undead take too well to sunlight.
We might be able to go back tomorrow.
Thing about houses, they do a good job of keeping out sunlight.
That's a good point. I guess whatever's looted this town just stayed away from there. How does something like that exist? Like, how does it...
The gods have abandoned this land, that's how.
Yeah.
Perhaps their souls were never able to return to the wheel or cooking pot or whatever bullshit analogy humans have cooked up for it.
Pelumbra,
Yes.
where all souls come from and return to.
Well, I've taken some damage. I feel quite weak. We might need to stay here for a little bit longer than we hoped. It seems that we're going to need more food, for certain. So, let's go back to sleep and try and find something to eat in the morning.
You make it back to the keep, but I have a feeling most of you are going to have trouble sleeping tonight.
Yeah.
But why don't we take our break here, and we'll come back on the other side of our break with... We'll find out. Bye-bye.